Well, Pakistan, welcome to the tournament. You've taken it all the way to the last day. Welcome back to the Craig Cricketer. Welcome back to the Tubs, powered by Cred. Cred paydays are bringing insane rewards during this World Cup, all the way up to November 6th. You can pay all your bills with Cred, not just your credit card bill, not just your phone bill, not just your electricity bill. You know, if you have a little ticket there to Karachi Airport, you might want to use that in the near future. You can pay that bill with Cred. One for the internet fans there. Pakistan made 185 for 9. South Africa made 108 for 9. They fell 33 runs short in the old Duckworth-Lewis. Who's the other bloke? Stern? Their little system there was revised to 142 after 14 overs. They fell well short. Pakistan in it. They've taken it to the last day of the season of a 5-match season in one small tournament.
He goes, Pakistan are doing Pakistan things. You know, you pump South Africa, you pump the best bowlers in the world, or some shit, and you lose to Zimbabwe. And that's just Pakistan. You just do that, you exit the conversation, that's it. Fly back to Karachi, that's how we play. I mean, looking at Group 2, and I will go into it, I think Group 2 sorted out, but I felt like I was watching one of the best sides in the world. And in T20 cricket, yeah, one of the best sides of the world, just going home. They put it together tonight. It was fucking hot. It was hot shit. SCG looked sold out. There was colour. There was life. You know, it was a Millerless South Africa. Back spasms. I was sad to hear it. We had talk about mizzle, drizzle, sprinkle, spitting rain, all sorts of dumb little synonyms for rain. Suggested by English people because they know all about it. And it all came together for just a celebration of Pakistan cricket in that they beat one of the best teams, but also they'll be going home soon.
For shizzle. First thing, Pez, what about Shadab Khan? Let's just get to that part of the game because Pakistan were 4 for 43 for 4 if that is your preference. And then... Well, Iftikhar Ahmed puts together a wonderful 51 off 35, and he was ably supported by Nawaz. But Shadab Khan comes in and just fucking turns the game on its head and hits a 20-ball 50. Someone on commentary said that's the second fastest in the history of Pakistan T20 cricket, which is fucking amazing. He finishes 52 off 22. Some clean bombs, clean hitting. Very, very impressive. And I can't help but feel that, yeah, maybe this is one of the best teams in the world. A little bit too little too late, but nice to see the Green Army doing stuff.
100%. And doesn't he have wonderful eyes, Shadab Khan? Striking nice eyes. Yeah. It has to be. We have to objectify him physically first before analysing his cricket. And shout out to Iftikhar Ahmed with the biggest 6 of the tournament, according to the data stats shit. But 106 metres off Ngidi, obviously. That's one where if you were Iftikhar at the time, you'd hit that 6 and you'd go to your partner and say, didn't even get it. Didn't get it.
A bit off the toe.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, really pained expression. Anyway. But Shadab was the man tonight, and I gotta say, man, like, Pakistan tonight got some tamasha shit going on. They started to get that wild little roll on that they can get, and the crowd has its own sound that it makes. There was a moment later in the evening where Shaheen was bowling and they were roaring, Shaheen, Shaheen. And the Pakistan roar, it's a low roar. I feel like the Pakistani voices are deeper than most voices. I don't know if that's just perception, but it's really hard not to enjoy that. I'm not trying not to enjoy it. I just was sitting there going, this is fucking good. This is good stuff. And all led by Shadab.
I kind of want to give a shout out to Nawaz as well, who's had one of the most ridiculous tournaments one could possibly have. Very nearly wins them the game against Zimbabwe, but then they fell just short. He obviously bowls that obscene last over, which I think people were still having conniptions over. I know I am. It's actually triggered epilepsy that I never had before. When I just think about that last over and the no balls and the leg side wides and the Ashwin leave and all of that. So he was part of that as well. And then today he smashes one into his pad, gets given that LBW, but then he doesn't review it because he was run out anyway. But in the laws of the game, had he reviewed it, he would have been not run out because the ball is dead. This guy's having a fucking roller coaster tournament. And I'm here for it. Like someone's got to do something stupid the tournament, and this guy is the dumbest guy in the tournament. So
well, like no, he's not dumb. Like, but it's like someone's got a voodoo doll of him, though. It's like someone's just going like, let's just put this bloke in several difficult, complex situations, and on each occasion, he's going to experience some ridiculous luck or some scenario that no one's ever really concocted in the game. Yeah, part of it is of his making, but part of it is also just the cricketing gods having a laugh at this bloke. I don't know what he's done. Is he run over a cat? I don't know what it is that leads to this, but I don't know if he's done something to Doss, but I agree with you. He seems to find himself in disaster situations, kind of like Mr. Bean, actually. Now it's all starting to come together.
Well, they did give a cap to Muhammad Harris playing his second game. I think they did have a look at PAK Bean to bring him in, but he batted 3, Muhammad Harris, 28 off 11, hit a couple of bombs early, clean hitting. This is his second T20, as I said before, and he looked good. He looked good. Someone who hasn't looked good this tournament, Babar Azam, he's actually got one game to go, but he's got 14 runs this tournament. He got a first baller in that game against India, didn't he? And it's only got marginally better since then in that he hasn't got another first baller. But it's been a lean trot.
14 runs, average 3.5, strike rate 46.6.
Good for some.
Good for some.
I'll take those numbers.
Know that's going to, of course. And you know that it's going to, precipitate people now comparing that to lower order batters and stuff like that. I love me some Babar Azam runs. I don't care. Hope to see it.
All right, Pez, second thing, let's have a listen to what the Australian public are saying about Shadab Khan.
I think Shadab Khan's a great tweaker, dart leggy, bowls really good line and length. What I like about him, he doesn't get much flight, just darts, quick 99k leggies. That's what you need. I'll
tell you what, you are about 45 minutes away from the best wank of your life tonight, I reckon.
Yeah, mate, I'll tell you what, you're not wrong on that one.
Fine words. And the second thing is indeed fast tweakers. That's what you need. Okay, so in this game, South Africa are humming along just nicely. The over before Shadab Khan comes on to bowl, Harris Ralph goes for, I think it was 17. And then it's right before the rain break. And he takes a wicket off his first ball. He gets Bavuma, who had a kind of a wild ride himself. He gets a little bit lucky, trying to run himself out twice. That was a bit of fun as well. A bit of carnivale about that, didn't he? Yeah, and then his third ball, Shadab Khan, he just rock and rolls Aiden Markram, who's trying to like back foot punch, sort of cut a little bit, maybe a little bit too square, just runs right through him. That's what you need. And then all of a sudden, then it rains, and then South Africa are I think they were like 16 runs behind the Duckworth-Lewis-Stern system, Duckworth-Lewis-Howard Stern system. So he's changed the game with the bat. He's changed the game with the ball. Did he take a catch? Probably. I don't know. Was he having fun with the crowd? Probably. Was he looking at someone's misses? I don't know. But he was having a great day out. He's having a night out. Good for him.
Mate, absolutely. I think when they came back after the huge rain delay, he might have gone for 10, which ordinarily isn't great. But given that South Africa needed 15 and over, it was another win for Shadab Khan. Darts, 99k. That's what you need.
Then Shaheen at the top got rid of Quinton de Kock and Riley Rousseau, broke his streak of binary scores of 0 or hundreds and made a very nice 7, which now does not fit nicely into my OCD at all. So that's bad. And then at the end, after the rain break, I can't remember the exact numbers what they needed. There was was it 15 and over? Is that what you said? 15 15
Yeah,
overs.
they needed 73 off 5 overs. Always felt a bit too much.
That's a lot. That's a lot with 4 wickets already down. But at the end, you got to say there was some fucking high quality bowling from Shaheen. Then Wasim bowled one of the most amazing, like perfectly executed Yorkers I've not seen maybe since Malinga, who's probably the best at it. Boomer's obviously got it as well, but like just consistently hitting his Yorker was amazing. Then the seam bowled a brilliant last over, changing it up, and then Harris Rao finished it off. So I mean, that's basically their whole bowling attack. But this is one of those things where if Pakistan had won this game and then like sort of if they need to win their last game to make it into the semis, you'd be like, oh, Pakistan, I think they could go all the way. They're probably not going to make it, which now gets into the third and final thing of the evening pairs, a Group 2 update. So India are now top. Pakistan are third. South Africa remains second. And the last games of this for the Group 2 are all on Sunday. South Africa are playing against Netherlands at 11. Pakistan, Bangladesh at Adelaide at 3 in the afternoon. And then the big ones, Zimbabwe and India at a sold-out MCG on Sunday night. So those are the games. And so do you feel like the teams are the teams, Pez? Are the teams locked in, you reckon?
Well, I mean, you'd expect South Africa to beat the Netherlands and you expect India to beat Zimbabwe. So if those two things happen, then those two are the top two. I struggle to see how either of those teams lose. So we're really banking on rain, aren't we? If you're in the Pakistani camp, which I am at the moment. I just failed to let you know. The boys are just around the corner. I'd get him on, but... I think that that like India and South Africa are playing two pretty relatively weak sides, so they should probably make it through. And but then again, every time you think you can predict what's happening next in the tournament, some other dumb shit happens. The jeopardy. I can't remember a tournament with so much jeopardy all the time. And I haven't worked out if I like it, but I feel something, so that's usually a good sign.
What is amazing is that South Africa and Pakistan are both playing on the same ground in the same city on the same day. But South Africa are playing at 11 a.m. and then the Pakistan game's at 3. So they want a very isolated rain cloud for a certain part of the morning into the early afternoon, then for it to stop, be nice and dry, get at least 5 overs aside in the afternoon, and then they're good to go. That at this point does feel a little unlikely, though I wouldn't write it off if that did happen and then Bangladesh beat Pakistan. I mean, that actually would be very funny. So I kind of want that to happen, I think.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I like it.
Hashtag AskTGC. Andrew Schmidt wrote in, hashtag AskTGC. As a proud Safa who never misses your YouTube episodes, if Higgins says South Africa have to still play Bangladesh one more time, I might chunder in my mouth a little bit. We've already annihilated Bangladesh, beaten India comfortably, and soon to obliterate Pakistan. RIP. If you add Zimbabwe already beating Pakistan, does this not spell the dawn of the African century? Steve Ticcolo for ICC chairman. It's a great reference. Our Ticcolo brothers from Kenya. Fantastic.
Yeah. Mark Waugh made 136, I think, against Kenya in the World Cup in 1996. I was solving a couple of Rubik's Cubes back in the day, but it was mainly memorable for him doing, I think, the majority of that innings in a canary-coloured floppy hat. So in terms of aesthetics and safety and all of that, it's hard to top for me. So that's my response to the dawn of the African century. Kenya was a curiosity to Australians at the time as a team. They were a good team, but and it was all about the Ticcolo brothers, and it was the only anecdote any Australian had about the Kenyan team was that they did a 10K run to warm up before training. Because all Aussies could do was just simply stereotype Kenyans as middle to long distance runners, because that's about the extent of our cultural depth. Anyway,
Andrew, I'm sorry for getting the fixtures for your team wrong. Is it my job to know who's playing who? Not really. I don't. It's not really, and also, when South Africa ever done anything in any tournament ever? So, I mean, could South Africa win this tournament? Yes, very easily. Can they do it? Yes. Will they do it? Maybe. I don't know. I think they might, because I feel like, because, everyone likes to think that sport is scripted, which is different to fixed. Scripted. And wouldn't it just be a nice script? Like, you could just say, oh, who's writing the scripts when they win this tournament and then they start their own T20 domestic league, owned by, other people, but that's neither here nor there. So I think I can see it. South Africa will make it to the semi-finals. So I think that's good, Andrew. And when they play Netherlands next, that will be a good game for them.
I think if Andrew expects two people who are, doing this full time to know who's playing who, he's on the wrong channel. That's another channel, mate. Like, this channel has always reserved the right to round up, round down, say something is close-ish, to say some team's another team. That's always been in our purview. We've never resiled from that. No. In the semis, it should be interesting, though. He goes like, it's looking like England and New Zealand in one, and then it's looking like South Africa and India in the other. And at least three of those teams have some serious fucking demons when it comes to an ICC tournament win. And it's only England that doesn't really. Like, England, they've got themselves a T20 World Cup before. They're a pretty good white ball side that did it in 2019 in the ODIs. So, like, they kind of enter it as the team with a little bit of winning experience. But like South Africa, it's fucking bed shit city, population fucking bavuma. Like, in India, people are quaking in their boots at the prospect of them even playing New Zealand or having to even win one of these ICC tournaments. Goalies in the side, all that kind of stuff. So, like, they're freaking out. New Zealand, well, that's just skeleton city. They've got all sorts of problems with white ball tournaments as well. And then there's England. So I don't know. There's going to be a lot of fear in the semis, and I'm kind of looking forward to that energy, that electricity. And I'm also saying this hoping that Australia beats Afghanistan by a lot, then we can get horny again.
See, someone yesterday said that there was no mention of, I think it was Sky's like 21 or 15, in their opinion, sort of changed the game. That's all well and good and may well be true, but I opened up the show yesterday talking about foot fetishes and how many feet and hip flexors are in the World Cup. Now, there's only so many things I can keep in this very small, stupid brain. And I keep the foot stuff in and the stats go out. So you can't have it both ways. But, unless, it's wet enough and you sort of want to get a game on, things happen. See you guys tomorrow.